Okay. All right. So the biggest thing that we're going to continue to focus on as we are going on into this week. So remember, we had our first call on Monday. This is our second call, and we're having our third call next Sunday at 8:30. Okay. These first 3 weeks as we go into July, these are going to be setting our calendars and booking them up so that when we move into July, we have enough on our calendar. We have those 12, 16 bookings, okay, that we are going to be able to, we're going to be able to have as much of our sales in as we can for next month as we're getting, you know, our last people. Now, what I'm going to tell you guys, even though we are focusing on bookings, okay, for the next, you know, couple weeks here, or next, yeah, I guess this next week, last week, and then this week, as we are doing bookings, also keep in mind that the more, you know, people that you're adding to your team at this point towards your 5 is going to help you get obviously closer to that end goal. Okay, so the ultimate goal for those of you that maybe you weren't on the call last time, okay, so the ultimate goal is going to be for you to promote by August 1st, okay? So through the rest of this month and into July to get those 5 consultants under you, okay? Now, remember, that doesn't have to necessarily be all under you, okay? If you have a team member that has someone join their team, that counts towards your 5. Okay, what I want to see you guys setting your calendar up for are these numbers, okay? $2,500 in sales next month yourself. 3 consultants with either $750 in sales or 3 parties. Okay, so either the 3 parties in their books, or if they have, you know, $750 in sales and that's just 1 party, you know, however you want to break it down, okay? And then 2 consultants with $150 in sales. Okay, if you do that, then that is $5,050 in total sales, which would obviously put you over that 5,000. Okay, now, so that is your sales and their sales. So let's say you have 3 recruits, okay, and those 3 recruits are getting, you know, their $750 in sales. Okay, so then maybe those last couple recruits, maybe they're coming that last week of the month. Maybe one of them even comes the last couple days of the month. Okay, those are the ones that may fall more under just the $150 in sales. Okay, because remember, it's not them having $1,250 in sales that they have to have. Okay, it's you, they have to have $150 in sales. Okay, $1,250 in sales is what you have to hit your, you know, your goal for your 30 days. Okay, so that's kind of the goal, you know, for a new consultant is $1,250 in their first 30 days. If they sign up 2 days before the end of the month, as long as they have $150 in sales, that counts as one of your people. Okay, so that some people kind of confuse the have to having the $1,250 in sales with the have to having, you know, the $150 in sales. Okay, so qualifying for a director is actually 5 people with at least $150 in sales. Now, if every person has 150 in sales, obviously it's going to be much harder to hit that $5,000 goal. Okay, so that's why I try to break it down for you guys. If you can set up your calendar to have at least 2,500, okay, which I know some of you on here already have, you know, for this month. Okay, so 2,500 in sales. Then if you have 3 of those consultants with at least 750 and then 2 with 150. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so if you, like I said, if you can work, you know, and you have at least a couple people by the end of this month, that's just going to make it that much easier for next month. Okay, does anyone, and unmute yourself with this question, does anyone already, and Holly already know you, but does anyone else have anyone on their team as of right now?
I have Brandy, but she's not doing too well with her sales currently. She had 2 parties booked, and they kind of backed off for a little bit, so they kind of postponed on her. So I'm trying to help her out to reach her 30 day, get that 1,250 within her 30 days, which is July 12th. And right now I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. So Tamara's trying to come up with some solutions too.
Okay. The biggest thing that I have found, and my new consultants on here would tell you this, the biggest thing, Janet, as you get new people on your team, is trying to help them see the 1,250 in their first 30 days, which obviously you already have. But I also send them, did I post that training new consultants on the group, Legacy Leaders group? The training for new consultants? Does anybody remember?
I think I don't remember. I think you did.
If not, it's an Evernote. It's an Evernote document. And at the very top of this Evernote document, it is wording that I text message a new consultant as soon as they sign. Okay, I just say, hey, welcome, super excited for you. Here is some wording that I want you to send out to 20 to 25 people. Okay, and this talks about all this in this Evernote document, so you guys don't have to. I'll post it after this call if I hadn't posted already. Okay, so by them, before I even talk to them on the phone the first time, I'm sending them this wording. They're texting it out, going through their phone, sending it right away. Okay, so if, let's say, they sign up, let's say today, okay, instead of starting their parties, if they started today, I could start their parties next weekend, okay, but most likely I wouldn't start them until the weekend after, okay, because if they signed up today, their start date most likely wouldn't be until around the 1st of July anyways, okay, so that by them starting that next week, they're not really necessarily missing out. Because what I have found is when we turn around and we try to help new consultants start, let's host your party in the next 3 days. We don't have the time to properly train them to get them going strong. And when they don't start strong, they get frustrated, they don't have successful parties, and then they want to quit. And we don't get anywhere with them. Okay? So what I have found is if they're starting, let's say they start some point next week, let's say they start next Wednesday, I'm going to tell them, not we're starting parties this Saturday, we're starting them the next Saturday, okay? So they have 48 hours to try to get 2 to 3 bookings to start that next Sunday or next Saturday, okay? So not the coming Saturday, the next Saturday. So go, and here's some wording. Your goal is to get, 3 bookings that are gonna start with this date on this Saturday, okay? So they know this is their goal. I give them a couple days, okay, and they are working on that, and then I have a phone call with them, okay? First phone call, I get to know them. I find out why did they start Pampered Chef? And all this, guys, is in this document that I'm going to send you, okay? Why they started Pampered Chef, how much they want to earn from Pampered Chef. Because if I don't know anything about them and what they really want in this business, how am I supposed to help them? And how am I supposed to feel that connection with them? Okay, so it's really important that you are finding out a little bit about them. Okay, so find that out first. Okay, and this is written, like I said, this is written on a checklist. Okay, then I'm having that second call with them. I like to do the second call, and Holly and Brooklyn would tell you, I like to do this on a Monday night. Because on a Monday night, when we were starting parties that Saturday, okay, then I can tell them, here's how I talk to my host to help them have successful parties, okay? Here's how I set up the parties on Pampered Chef website. Here's how I start the groups. Here's the things that I make sure that I do in the group to make them successful. And I give them all those tips and tricks to help their party be successful. I add them to my parties. They add them to your part, they add me to their parties. I'm right in there with them, helping them. Okay, what I have found is that I let them, copy the posts from my parties into their parties. I don't do send share the very first week because it's so confusing to start Pampered Chef and start send share and do groups and figure out what they mean. It's just an overload for them. So I don't start send share until their second set of parties if they want to do it. Or like you guys were talking about the Facebook posting, they can always try that, okay? Because they can get the posts from my parties and they can put them into their parties. I post mine, and like I was saying, guys, I'm going to probably lessen this just because this may be one of the reasons that Facebook is flagging. I don't know what the heck, why they're flagging, okay? So me trying to figure out why right now is, I don't know. But I have been doing my posts at 9, 9:05, 9:10, 12, 12:05, 12:10, 5, 5:05, 5:10. I post 3 times a day, around 3 to 4 at each of those times. Because then I can tell my new consultants, go into my party at around 9:20, and all those first few posts will be there, and they can copy them into theirs. Go in around 12:20 and copy my post into yours. Go in at 5:20, copy my post into yours, you know? So all they're doing is going in and they're doing it in their parties, okay? And when they have, 3 to 4 bookings that first Sunday or Saturday, gosh, I keep saying Sunday, that first Saturday, I do my pre-post Saturday and Sunday, and my post Monday through Friday. That's how I run my parties. So I tell them, have those 3 bookings by then. Once they get those guys, I already tell them next week after that, you're going for 3 more. Okay. Once they get those 3 more, because what you're going to find with your new consultants, and I know Holly has done exactly what I told her to, which is why she already has 2 recruits, and she had how much in sales, Holly, in her first party?
I had a little over $1,400
in her very first party. Okay, she listened to what I said, everything, and she got 2 recruits, $1,400 in sales, and 5 bookings from her very first party. Okay, and so much of it is walking them through, helping them see, because when you can help them walk those very first few parties, and you help them feel success, because when people feel success, they want to have more success. Okay, when you have new people that are not getting bookings and they're getting discouraged, it's really hard for you to pick them up at that point. But if you can get them going and saying your goal is to get 2 to 3 bookings for this date, this Saturday, okay, then they know what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, then once they get that, now your goal is to get 3 bookings for this next Saturday. Okay, and it really does just help them get going. And when you have this system, because I know with my new consultants now, this is exactly what I'm doing. No matter if they sign up this Monday through this Friday, okay, they're sending out this message. We're doing a first call, and then we're doing a second call on Monday, and they start parties the next Saturday. I just kind of know this is what we're doing, okay? And that way, if they have those 3, let's say one's really successful, one's okay successful, and one's a dud, they're not getting discouraged because they still felt that success. Okay, if they don't feel that success, then that's when you have really discouraged consultants. Okay, I think if they only had 1 booking and that booking didn't qualify, now where do they go? Okay, so that's where it's really important starting out that they get more than, a couple, 2, 3 bookings going right away. Okay, and they're going to start to feel success, and then you're going to have consultants that are running toward that finish line. Okay, they really feel that success, and that's really going to help you guys too, because you're not dealing with all these consultants that are struggling. Okay, so that's kind of what you can be doing with your new consultants. Okay, so tell me real quick, go around and tell me how many bookings we have for July so far.
I have
I
2.
have 4 so far.
Jamie, what'd you say?
I
I have
2.
4.
Jamie has 2. Who has 4?
Tammy.
Tammy has 4. Who else?
I have
For
none.
me,
I have 0.
I have 5.
Woohoo!
Okay, who else?
played all the games, all that stuff.
Is it how
I'm
many
looking
parties you
mine
have?
up.
In July.
I have 2 in July.
2 in July so far, Melissa?
Mhm. I'm still working on June.
7.
7 for Brooklyn.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Go Brooklyn.
Who else? Did I get everybody? Sonia, what did you say? Or maybe she's muted.
The first week of July's parties will actually be a June party, won't it? Because they'll start on Saturday.
Yes, if you start them like on this coming Saturday, yeah, they'll actually have a June start date. As long as they close by the 15th, they can keep that June start date.
Okay.
If you go, and that's how, if you change it to July, then they pull the July specials. So you can still start a party in June and give them the July special. You'll just have to put a July 1st start date for it.
Okay.
So you can kind of decide that with your host, which maybe host special they want more. So
I have 8 for July.
You have 8? And this
Yes.
is Pam, right?
That's correct.
Awesome, Pam.
I'm not counting the ones that are starting at the end of June, going for the first week of July, though.
Okay. We lost Kayla. Sonia, you're muted. Did you say anything? Her mouth is moving. I can't hear her. I can't hear you. You're muted. There, now I can hear you.
I have none right now.
Okay, there you go. I just want to make sure I heard you. Okay. Awesome. All right, so biggest thing, okay, so we said on our call last week, our goal is to have 12 to 16, okay, for July. So that is our goal by next Sunday, okay? So I want to be sure that we are working towards that, okay? Now I have another bookings coffee talk call that I want you guys to listen to. This one is by Julie Ritter, okay? And this is really this is a really good call that that you guys will be listening to, okay? So what I want you guys to focus on this next week is whether it is reaching out to people. Have you guys seen the birthday post? The birthday, reaching out to people that have birthday parties in July, okay? So you can go in and you can look at your friends that have, I'm gonna write myself a note to what I need to be sure that I post after our call. I'm gonna post that new consultant document, and then I'm also gonna post this birthday, because this is an individual message that you are sending to people that have birthdays in July. Okay, so I'm trying to think where the last place I posted it, but I'll find it and I'll just post it in that group. But basically it's just saying, hey, I noticed you had a birthday. I would love to celebrate with you. How about we start a party this week and we can get you some birthday gifts and we can celebrate with all your friends. What do you think about us setting this up? You know, just something like that for the week that your friends have birthdays, okay? So that is something that you can look at. And also just going in and making sure that you are still working on your contact list. Okay, so I want to be sure, you know, that you have 25 more contacts that you are reaching out to. If you have not, reached out to 25 last week, that means you're going to have double the work this week because I want you reaching out to 50. Okay, so if you did not reach out to 25 people last week, then this week, you know, reaching out to 50 different people to talk with. Now, remember, the biggest thing with your contacts is it's a two-way conversation. Are these people responding back? Okay, if they didn't respond back the very first time, remember, that's why the checklist has the second time, the third time. Okay, you're not just reaching out to these people once. If they didn't respond, remember, you're following up with a message that says, hey, I just want to make sure that you saw the last message that I sent you. I know everyone's super crazy busy, you know, just something along those lines to make sure that they saw the message, okay? So just be sure that you are doing that, because our 25 contacts is not going to stop, okay? So that is a list that is ongoing that you are going to keep track of, okay? Do you guys all have mini catalogs that came in your kit still? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so those little mini catalogs, your goal is going to give some out this week. Whether it's the lady at the grocery store, whether it's at your doctor's office, whether it's at your kids' practice, whether it's at your work to some coworkers, okay, whatever it is, okay, giving out some of those mini catalogs, okay, to see about getting bookings that way as well. Okay, giving them some information, getting them excited about a product. Okay, now remember, when you're talking with someone, one of the biggest things, guys, did you guys watch the video that I did on Wednesday? Have you guys, were any of you guys on that call on Wednesday? That's a great place for you to start. I did a call all about bookings on Wednesday for our team. That's all it was about, was getting bookings. Okay, it's in that have it all, the hashtag have it all summer every Wednesday, that call series that's happening. Okay, if you go to the events on Team PC Hotshots, click on events. Here, I'll show you guys. Okay, because this was a training that I did, and it was, guys, it was completely about bookings. Okay, so if you go to events, okay, here it is, have it all this summer. This is what it looks like. If you go on there, there's the call. Have it all call number 2. Okay, this is all about bookings. And if you haven't listened to call number 1 yet, call number 1 is down here. Have it all call number 1. And this was about managing your summer and organizing your time. So this was another great call. The next one will be this Wednesday at 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so they're every Wednesday at 11. And these are the different executives that are doing them. Okay, so these are my executive friends. So guys, if you, I'm going to challenge you guys to listen to that call, because that's all I talked about was bookings on this call, how to get bookings. I talked about that birthday post. Okay, I talked about other ways to get bookings. Okay, so start there. Be sure that you take notes. I'm going to write myself a note to post about that. Now, this week, guys, I want to see more posting on our page here. It was pretty quiet this week. Okay, so when you listen to a call, post it on here and put, not on here, but on our legacy leaders, okay? So when you guys, watch Julie Ritter's call, post it on our page. And for those of you that comment, just do a post that says, hey, just listen to Julie Ritter's call. This was my biggest takeaway, okay? Just listen to the hashtag, have it all this summer. Here's my biggest takeaway. Just did 25 more contacts, because what I want from this group, okay, is this is part of your support. We're going to cheer you on. We're going to be here walking beside you guys, okay? So we want to know how everyone's doing, okay? And, if there's something, that you're struggling with, say, do you guys have any ideas, how how to get, this customer to respond or this host to respond or whatever, once we start in the recruiting part, have you guys post screenshots, talk to this person, take a picture of it. What should I say next? Or, here's what they said, because I want to see the screenshots of the conversations that you are having with people that are interested in this business. If they're in the party and you reached out to them and said, wow, you're doing such a great job in this party, I think you would be excellent at this. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? Posting a picture that you had that conversation and posting it on our page. Okay. So those are the things that I want to see. Okay. So I told you guys last week to start going through, Facebook, starting with the A's, moving to the B's, the C's, okay, and picking a letter, okay? If you guys haven't made it through, some of these people, on Facebook, okay, we talked about green dotting those people that were on Facebook right now, okay? And if you don't know how to do that, you go onto your Messenger, and I don't know if you can do it on it's on the computer. I always do it for my phone. I don't do it for my computer. Where is it from the computer? I don't even know where it is from the computer. Does anyone know where your green dotting is from the computer? On your phone?
It's on your chat. Hit the chat in that corner and it will pop up. Go down all the way at the bottom corner where it has the number. Bottom right. It says chat. Keep going down to the bottom. Keep going. Keep going. Yes, on your computer. It says chat. Do you see it? 378.79 now. Like it's in the little bottom right-hand corner. Keep going down.
Am I blind?
Keep going down. Now up a little bit. Right there. Oh, a little up, down, down, down. To the little right more.
Where are you seeing this at?
Look underneath the Zoom window where you're seeing our picture.
Yeah, look up.
That's why I can't see it. Your guys' Zoom thing is over. Okay. Sorry. There it is. This whole window. Do you guys see this window here? You guys may not be able to see the window. I have all your pictures across like this. It was covering. Okay, there it is. So you guys see this down here? So over here, see how I have to move you guys over. See, your pictures are all in the way. Okay, there you go. So all of these green, that is who's on Facebook right now. So if you go in a few different times a day and send messages to the people that are on, I would be sending a lot of messages because like you guys saw, there's 360 of my friends that are on Facebook right now. Okay. So on your phone, to me, obviously it's a little bit easier because that took me forever to find. On your phone, if you go in and do it on here, you go to your messengers. See on your messenger how it says, well, that one says 419. So if I click on the 419, these are all the people that they all have green dots next to their name. So you can go in and start messaging those people, okay, on there. So that would be your green dot list. That can be working, some of the people that you are working on. Okay, what about if you know any friends that are getting married? Okay, I sent Brooklyn some words to one of her friends that are getting married, having a wedding, having them set up a wedding registry, through Pampered Chef. Pampering a business. Okay, I think we talked about this last week. Making some treats, taking them to a business, leaving some catalogs there, and telling them that you'll come back in a few days to pick up the catalogs and the orders. Going through your phone contacts. Okay, so maybe it's not your messenger contacts, maybe it's just going through. And guys, biggest thing when you are reaching out to people is not making it about yourself. Not, hey, I'm trying to book some parties. You guys want to do a party for me? Because if it's you're wanting to do a party for me, then why do they want to do a party for you? Okay. What I say to them is, hey, I thought about you because. Those words make all the difference. When you say, I thought about you because I know you have small children, you're running around crazy all the time. I'd love, to show your friends some super quick, easy meals that can get dinner on the table quickly. What do you think about doing this online party to get you some free and half price stuff? I thought about you because I just saw that you moved into a new house. What do you think about stocking that kitchen and getting you some great free and half price products? You can do an online party, super easy. Okay. Any reason that you thought about them? I know that you post, pictures of what you eat all the time. You're always posting great recipes. I thought about you because I think cooking, is right up one of your favorite things. Whatever it is, I thought about you because. Okay. If you guys have parties, okay, I don't know if any of you guys were on the training that I did on Thursday night. On Thursday night, I shared my screen and I showed some of the conversations that I do within my parties. Did you guys, who was on that call on Thursday? I know Brooklyn was. Was anybody else on that call on Thursday? This is our virtual team meeting, by the way. The virtual team meeting, I went through and I showed on my messenger how I talk with my guests to get bookings. Guys, from my parties this last week, I booked 6 parties. All because I started personally messaging them. Not because I started personally messaging them, they started personally messaging me. Okay, because I played a game where they had to message me the answer. When they messaged me the answer, I started a conversation, asked them how many Pampered Chef products they have. Okay, and that led into conversations about booking a party. Okay, I also talked on Thursday about doing a video where you show a few Pampered Chef products, and the last thing you say is, the magic word is cooking. Okay, now go message me the word cooking, and I'm going to give you 20 tickets into the drawing. Okay, when they message you that, thank you so much for your participation. Thank you so much for being a part of this party. I really appreciate it. Do you already own any Pampered Chef products? End it with a question, always. Make them respond back, because then when they say yes or no, I don't have anything. Is there anything that you're wanting? What do you have? What do you use the most? Okay, starting these conversations, because that's what leads to bookings, is having that personal relationship with people. Okay, so if you have any parties this week, try doing something where they personally message you, which means you've started this conversation. So when you talk to them, then you go back in and talk to them about bookings. You've already had this messenger and it will pop up easier. Okay, because otherwise, if you haven't started a conversation with them, it goes to this special folder that's really hard to find. And most people, if you just send them a message and you're not friends with them, okay, they don't ever get it. But because they sent you a message, you're already friends with them. Okay, so that's important, an important thing to do. So try that if you have any parties running for this week. So those are a few things that I want you to try. I'm missing one of my pages here. Okay, so if you haven't written all this down, here's the things that I want you guys to work on this week. Okay, first of all, I want you to listen to the call by Julie Ritter that I'm going to post about. It's another coffee talk call. So if you could listen to that. If you haven't listened to the hashtag Have It All Summer About Bookings training I did, listen to that. I'm going to post the birthday post. You can try that for the birthdays next month. And then I want you to work on your 25 more contacts unless you didn't do it last week, and then, catching up on that. Okay. And like I said, I want to see, you guys posting more this week on what you're working on. Okay. And what you guys are doing, so we can cheer you on, so we can help you. This is the last full week of the month, because the 31st is on, or sorry, the 30th is on Sunday with the 1st on Monday. So this is the last week to really get your bookings going for July. Okay. Because I don't want you guys to go into July without any bookings, because then it's going to be really, really hard for, us to meet our goals for next month. Alrighty. Okay. I'm going to stop the recording and then unmute you guys and see if you guys have any questions.